Happy rails to you. Welcome back, my friends. Happy rails to you. It's good to see you again. Thanks for watching the channel and the videos. Sometimes they go real fast and sometimes they're slow. Happy rails to you. Thanks for watching. Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome back. My World 67. This is G-Man. Thanks for tuning back in to part 3 of the big red junk fire truck. As you saw in part 1 and part 2, we got the big red junk fire truck, and what are we going to do with it? Well, we tore it down and got it all in parts and pieces, and I've been sanding on it. I've decided which way I'm going to treat this thing. I'm not going to totally restore it, of course. I'm just going to custom build it, kind of, sort of. I'm going to make it as close to the original as I can. But what I don't have, I'm not going to worry about right now. I did have the old windshield for this, which was broken and cracked. And I don't think I showed it to you in the first video. But I did have it. I ordered a windshield for it, and the guy just contacted me on yesterday, the day before, and said that he was out of windshields and he apologized, but he didn't have a windshield for it. So I've been checking on eBay, and they haven't had any windshields for this particular model truck. This is, by the way, I think the biggest windshield that they made in the Buddy L. They've got some big ones, but the way this one's made, because of this front end is rounded and so forth and so on, they don't have one. So you got to use one. There is an aftermarket one. I read somewhere, somebody said, but it's hard to get. So we're not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to make a shift repair on the windshield when we get ready to put it in, and we're going to go ahead and use that windshield. And I've been working on this. I've been sanding on it today, cleaning it and sanding it, and I've got it, if you can see it, I've got it sanded, this whole back surface, and these ridges on both sides, and here where the windshield's at. And what I'm going to do, there's a lot of other places that are naked. I don't know if you can see them good or not. There's some places around there, but they're smaller areas, and so I'm going to use my trusty paint marker when I'm all done at the last, when I've started to assemble it back, and I'm going to touch up what I didn't get. What I'm going to do is take, and I'm going to mask this off, I think right about here, or I might come up to here, because this will be the end of the cab. And then I'm going to paint this whole top surface. I'm going to repaint this whole top surface. I'm not going to worry about painting the rest of the truck. I might do the 2 fender wells or the fender boxes on both sides. But the rest, what I'll do is, I see some more sanding I need to do right here on this side, right down here. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to, as I said, touch it up if I can with the paint marker. I think it'll be all right once I've got it sanded, because I'm sanding all of the areas that are up. Right now I'm using a rougher sandpaper because I want to take it down and get any crinkly parts that are standing up. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to use some wet and dry, and I'm going to go over it with the wet and dry, smooth it out so that everything's nice and level, and then we'll paint it. So that's where we're at with that. Once we get the paint all done, except for, like I said, the smaller areas, like here, it just dips, chips in back here on the tail area, just chips and nicks. We'll do those with the trusty paint pen, or paint markers as they're called. And so that's where we're at for now. I have painted the chassis on today. I wire brushed the chassis and got all the loose rust off of it. The majority of the rust on it was surface rust. And so I've gotten all the surface rust off of it as much as I could get, and without spending another 3 or 4 hours or another day sanding it down, because I started sanding it down first and got it down so far, and I saw that it'd be just quicker to use the wire brush. So I took the wire brush and hit it and got all the loose rust, the bad rust spots, got them all down, and then went back with sandpaper and smoothed it out. So some of it was a little more extensive than others, but none of it was actually down into the core of the metal, and so there is no pitting. So that's a good thing. So here it is once again, and we're going to do what we do with it, and we're going to see how it turns out. I have one coil for it right now, and I have another coil on order. So when that coil comes in, we'll put them both on here. I told you about the windshield. Oh, I have one insert for one side or the other, and they'll go on either side. I'll probably put it on, I don't know yet, it doesn't matter, but I'll put it on one side or the other, and I'll probably end up making another one, because I've been searching for those inserts, and you just don't find them. You find a lot of other parts that you can use. There's something that comes up rarely, I think, because they usually tear or break when you try to take them out. So I think that's what's happening. They're tearing or they're breaking, and people are just throwing them away or leaving them on the shelf. So I'm going to put the one in that I've got, and it too was cracked in a couple of places, but it can still be put back on wholly, and then super glued in the corners where it came loose, and it'll look great. It'll still work. It's the way it goes on, it snaps in basically, and so it'll be fine. I built a, well, let's say, yeah, I built a cannon, a water cannon for this, and it's very similar. I took my time and built it and tried to build it as close as I could, according to the picture of a real water cannon, or the ones that Buddy L and Win Mac used. And so there it is. And I kind of went by the one that's on my Win Mac. I have one Win Mac that I just purchased, and it has a cannon on it. And my other Win Mac doesn't. So I actually made this one for my Win Mac, and I decided to go ahead and put this on the Buddy L. And maybe I'll get another cannon for the Win Mac. I don't know. But anyway, or anywho, as they say, we'll see what goes when we get to cross that bridge when we get to it. But right now, we're going to put this one on. This is a homemade water cannon that I built, as I say. And it looks a lot like the ones that they built. And these are made, it's made out of tubes, the pins, marker pins. I used two different marker pins to make this. If I make another one, it'll be similar to it, or if I've got a larger marker pin, I'll use a larger marker pin for this base down here. This is a larger marker pin than this, but when I look at one in actuality, they're even a little bigger around than this. So the next one I make will probably be a little bigger around. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But this is the one we're going to use on this piece that goes back here. And it will sit, and it will swivel up and down and round and round. All right. So we've got that. I've got, there's a piece that goes, well, I can't show you right now because the chassis is outside drying, excuse me. And so we'll go get that chassis here in a second, and I'll show you the piece I'm talking about. I was trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Oh, I do not have the headlights for this Buddy L. So I'm in the process of trying to find Buddy L or Win Mac headlights for it. So they're the same, identical. Every now and then they show up. That guy had some new ones on there, aftermarket, and I didn't get to them before they all sold out. So he only had like 4 or 5 sets or pairs of them, and so I didn't get to them before he sold out of them. So I got to wait till he gets them back, or try to catch some used ones on there. So I've been checking daily to see if I can find headlights for it. If not, I will use keep in mind, we're doing a custom thing anyway, so with this particular engine, at this time, this is a junk engine, and we won't have all the pieces that we need, the proper pieces to restore it properly. So I will use a grill and headlights off of another truck, and Buddy L, Nylon, Structo, Erlo, whatever we can get hold of, and that I think will look good on the front of this, and it will change the look of it also. And so that's a good thing. It'll be different. So that's where we're going with that. And hold on, and we'll go get the chassis. How about that? All right. Stay with me. All right, here we go. Here's the chassis. As you can see, the lettering came out pretty good. Texaco antifreeze. Buddy L Corporation, made in USA. Avalon motor oil. This one, you can't hardly see it, not enough light right in that area. Let's see. And it didn't come out quite as clear as everything else. What it says is Marfax something. Can't read it completely out. And then down here, Texaco multi-gear use, the fire chief, too close. Fire chief something. But anyway, came out good, I think. And I was experimenting around with the top a little bit, and I found out what I wanted to know with it is to the paint, how it was going to react. Let's go back inside. Okay, well, I guess we'll go on. I dug out that windshield for this fire truck that I had, and it was, I don't know if you can see it. I've started working on it. I'm just about finished with it, actually. It was cracked right across here. This section was missing. It's got a crack across here, crack up there, and you see another crack right there. So I wasn't originally going to use this windshield, but since I can't get one right now, I decided to go ahead and repair this one. This is the best repair I can get for this windshield right now. So this is where we're at. What I use, let me set the camera down, is this plastic. This is a plastic that actually comes out of shirt collars. It's about 1-2 mil thick, and it's very durable, easily to cut with scissors or with a knife. And as you can see, as I was saying, this was broken out right here. And so I replaced it with the plastic film. And it's kind of a process because I had a crack right here also that needed to be repaired and joined together. So I took a piece and I cut it from here and over to here to cover also the crack. And then, of course, it came down to the bottom of the window and gave us the window line. And then I cut a piece to fit in that section and glued it on top of the bottom section and used the bottom section for a base. I did this last night, actually, as I actually stopped this video yesterday afternoon, late. And so this is where we are. Now, it's not the best looking thing in the world, probably, but it's better than having a big gaping hole in your windshield. It's better when you can start from scratch and just make a whole new one. I did that in a previous video. What I'm doing here is I had a piece of plastic that's not sitting just like it should because we had to cut it thin on this edge. And so consequently, that little piece wants to stick up. So we're just going to make sure that it's got some glue behind it. And that it knows that sticking up is not an option. The glue I use, of course, with this is the Testors glue, which is, if you've noticed, I use quite a lot. It does hold things together, especially the plastic or some plastic to some metal, very strongly, and holds it together for a long period of time. And that's what I like about it. Now, I could still technically run another piece of plastic all the way across here because there is a ridge, a slight ridge right here. But I'm not. Then when this dries, of course, we'll clean it up a little bit again and apply it back to the cab. Now, because of the nature of this beast, I'm going to put this clip on the end of it. We're going to set that aside and we're going to let it dry. We probably won't do any more with that until much later. Also, on yesterday, I touched up and painted the body. The old shell and get you up here. And so when you get it back in, we're going to go over it, start putting some parts on it. It's drying. It's yet drying. I left it out all night. It should actually be cured by now. Should be pretty good, but it's kind of windy out there today. A little bit breezy. So we're going to go out and get that in a few minutes. But before I do, I just want to take this time to thank all of my subscribers. I want to thank you all for watching, for tuning in to this channel. I thank you all for my friends that I've made over the YouTube channel for the last 3 or 4 years. I'd give a shout out to you individually, but there's actually too many of you. You never have too many friends. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's too many of you. If I begin to call out all you guys' names, I'll surely miss someone. And I don't want to offend anybody. There's just been too many of you guys. Well, what did they do that was so great? Well, they didn't send cards. They didn't send letters. But they kept in some type of communication with me during my illness. And during all this time, quite a few of them even checked on me. And I appreciate that. I appreciate all that you guys have done. You've given good feedback. You hardly ever a negative comment. And when there is, believe me, I look at it and I appreciate it. And I take it as it comes. But I wish you all God bless. You know, we're going in through this Halloween season and getting ready for Christmas. And Christmas is a really special time of year. It should be for all. Well, enough said about that for now. Let's go out and get the fire truck shell and bring it in, shall we? And here we go. All right, guys, set it up here and take kind of a quick look at it. See, I'd removed the Texaco decal from the sides, both sides. See where it was. And I'm going to make some new ones, I think, and put them back on. I don't know. I might even have a old decal set for a tank engine, a tanker rather. Texaco tanker. I might be about the same size, so we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Cross that bridge when we get to it. I do see some places I'm going to go back out and I'm going to touch up, go over with the paint. And that's about it for now. When I bring it in, the next video that you see, I'll be in assembly of it, started assembly. and we'll go from there. All right, that's all I have for you today. As always, uh, if you enjoy working on your trains or your hobbies, um, whether it's the lands, working on your layout, doing the landscaping, or knitting, or whatever it is. I know most of you guys are not into knitting, right? But in case the ladies are watching, just whatever it is that you enjoy doing, basketball, baseball, whatever it is, you should have happy rails. All right. God bless for now. Until next time. Bye.